Welcome back, everyone. Just putting the garden to bed for winter and seeding a few of my asters throughout the garden. These are some native asters, so I like to kind of shake them around and seed for next season. And I'm just thinking about right now it is cold and flu season, and it seems like everybody I'm talking to is sick right now. So I wanted to talk to you a bit about a tea that can potentially help us out during this fall season. This is the time of year, late fall, coming up in early winter, early spring, that you would harvest this mushroom that I'm going to talk to you a bit about today, and it's called the Chaga mushroom. And there it is. It's a fungus, and it grows on birch trees. So we quite often will find it in our region on yellow birch and white birch. I did a whole video a few years ago on how to find it in the woods, and I actually showed you how I found some on the property, which is pretty awesome. Basically, you can see there's a black component and like a little chocolate colored component. That's what we're looking for. It's a parasite of these trees. So chaga has a lot of beta glucans, which are responsible for its powerful antioxidant properties, and it's best harvested when it's cold outside. So you can see here there's a little chunk of it that I harvested a while back, one early spring, and you can see there's like a black component and kind of like a little lighter color to it, like a coffee color. And this is what you want. What I do is I like to harvest it with like a little tiny handsaw, and I just take what I need. I take it sustainably from the environment. You don't want to gouge into the birch tree. I mean, it's already being parasitized by this little fungus, but it can still live quite a long time, even with the chaga on there. So I take it, a little tiny handsaw, take little chunks off, and I dehydrate them. If they're a little bit wet with snow and stuff like that, and keep them in my cupboard. So some of these I've had for a year or so. Freshest obviously is the best, but I do find they store really well. And I did find a chaga once on aspen, which was really cool. I think I mentioned that in my previous video, and it was just kind of a nice surprise. So how I like to prepare chaga, there's different ways you can prepare it to help boost your immune system. One way is to make a tincture where you basically take the chaga chunks, and especially, make sure you get some of this coffee colored stuff in there, and you soak it in alcohol. So like at least 40% above like a vodka or something like that. And you can kind of keep it in a jar in a cool, dark area and keep that in there for many weeks to prepare a tincture. And the idea with that is that what you do is you take a few drops of that in water and you drink it as per your herbal practitioner to help out your immune system. But if you don't want to do that, a really quick and easy thing to do in the field is to take these little chunks and kind of keep them in, steep them for a long time in warm water. And it's pretty easy to do, so let's do it. Right, so I'm just going to heat up a little bit of water here, make my tea. And I'm just going to add a few chaga chunks to this. A few in there. And we go low and slow and let this heat up. Some people leave this on the stove, low and slow, and just sort of heat through the chaga and steep the chaga tea for many, many hours. You can also put on the yogurt setting in your Instant Pot and leave it at a very low temperature for some time if you're not going to be home while you're doing that process. So chaga has purported anti-inflammatory properties which can help you fight with minor infections. Has high beta glucan content in it, as well as some important vitamins like vitamin D and vitamin B. Things from important during the winter. We're not getting as much vitamin D anymore. Really important for immune function. So it tastes good too. It tastes kind of earthen. Just makes you feel good. So anything we can do these days to help keep us healthy. And always, if you're on other medications and starting a new supplement like chaga tea, please consult your medical professional to find if it's right for you. Chaga mushrooms have also been reported to lower blood sugar, so if you're diabetic, you definitely want to check into that. And obviously, for any cancer therapies, make sure you tell your practitioner this is what you're thinking of doing. And another added benefit of chaga is supposedly it's supposed to help reduce anxiety and just overall, improve your mood, in long-term use. So that's something very interesting as well during these stressful times. And in an 8-week study in rats, they determined that rats given the chaga extract basically had lowered their bad cholesterol, and antioxidants were increased. So there are lots of studies out there on chaga. I hope there are more to come. I think this is a really, really promising mushroom for treating various conditions naturally. Nice and hot. Really nice, very mild, woodsy flavor, but not off-putting. Sometimes some mushrooms like reishi and that can be bitter. Chaga, if you were to kind of eat it or whatever, it's extremely bitter. I wouldn't be doing that, but this is actually nice and mild. And of course, if I left it's going on all day on the stove, it'd be a much richer flavor, a little bit stronger for sure, but nice on a day like today, work it out in the yard. And of course, when you're done your tea, don't forget to dehydrate the chaga again. It can be used a few times. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, learning a little bit about chaga tea and things we can do to kind of, boost our immune system this late fall. All right, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.